Arsene, your pre-season training is well underway. How's it been going so far?
Classic pre-season. That means working hard, good spirit, and focus on our games that come up now. We go to Malaysia, China, Hong Kong, and everybody is happy to be together and have an experience away from home and be together to prepare the season.
What stage is your training up to now? What sort of fitness levels do you have?
Well, we are, I think, at 70% of our potential at the moment. In the next 4 weeks, you know, we have to look for sharpness, competitive sharpness, and that's not completely there at the moment, but we are at the right stage of a preparation after 2 weeks.
As you said, the Asia Tour is coming up. We'll talk about that in a bit, but there's been a few changes in the back room, and Steve Bold and Neil Banfield, they'll have been working with you for a few weeks now. How's that settling down? Very
well, because we're not new, you know. We like consistency at this club, and they're already used to the way we work. They are very, very good coaches, and we were every day in touch basically already before. So that's of course just a continuity that in the quality of our work, and it's a good moment as well to thank Pat Rice again for one more time, and wish him well and be very thankful to what he has done for this club. And on the other hand, wish welcome to Steve and to Neil. But the first signs are very positive.
What are their specific areas of responsibility, Steve and Neil?
Well, Steve and Neil are more defence and midfield, you know, and when we do specific work, you know.
The other new person in on the coaching side, Terry Burton, of course, back at the club as a coach.
Yes, he's back at the club as a coach. His experience as well, and I'm sure he will do a good job.
And he'll be looking after the reserve team. He's not new to Arsenal. He predates you at Arsenal Football Club.
Yes. There are a few here still who came before me. That shows you how consistent the club is. And it helps as well to keep the values, you know, of a club. You need always people who transmit what made this club great. And there's nothing better than people who know the history and know the tradition of the club.
Now, the Asia Tour, you're going back to Asia. It was a positive experience last year in terms of the enthusiasm of the supporters and the welcome that you got. Are you expecting the same again?
I expect even better, you know, because maybe we have more people interested in our club. Maybe we could gain some supporters over there last season, and maybe they will show that to the team this season. So overall, we expect, of course, the same quality in the welcome. We have no doubt about that. But hopefully we have even more fans than we had last year.
What can you tell us about the nature of the squad that's going out there? Who's in?
First team squad with a few young players who have a chance to play next season. But you will see that when we play the game, so that we have a team out there who can, of course, play at big games, and it was a big experience of top-level games.
Were some of the players involved in the Euros? Has that schedule meant that they're not going on tour?
Some of them, because they are too far behind to be competitive, but most of them go.
So that's presumably the German players out? They're not going?
The German players are just back on Saturday, so they will be late. Some players who have to work on their fitness, so are a bit behind, like persie, like Koscielny, like Giroud, who came in later. They are not ready yet to play games, but some players like Walcott, Chamberlain will travel, you know, Song, Diaby, Vermaelen, Santos, Gibbs, Chesney, they will all travel, so Gervinho. So we have a very strong team out there.
So let's talk about Robin van Persie. It's been a situation that's been in the media over the summer. You say he's not going for fitness reasons. Above and beyond that, there's his position at the club. He's still got a year on his contract. So can you tell us about his situation and your attitude to it?
But you just summed up his situation. It's as simple as that. For me, Van Persie is one of the best strikers in the world, if not the best. And my desire is to keep him at the club. And for the rest, I will do what is in the best interest of Arsenal Football Club, as ever, you know. And but at the moment, we are there. There's not a lot more to say than that. What is most always important is that Arsenal is happy. Arsenal is 30 million people, and what is important is that these people are happy.
Are you confident you can?
If you can combine the happiness of the players and all our fans, it's even better. That's what we try to achieve.
Are you confident that you can keep him?
Look, I do not want to talk too much on that situation, because I believe it's as well important, as I just told you, it's important that every individual player is happy. But what is even more important in the pre-season is that we focus on the season to come. And if we have learned something, I think Robin has been an exceptional leader last year, but we have learned how much we had to fight to come into third position, because we missed the start of the season. After 7 games we had lost 4, and we have learned that for us it's vital to focus on the start of the season rather than on any transfers. If the transfers happen, they happen. But as long as you're at the club, you give the best for the club, and that's the only pride you can have as a football player and as a manager, is as long as you are somewhere, you give your best every day for this club. If it changes, it changes. But and I'm convinced Robin is like that. He's completely focused every day on his job, and he loves football, he loves the game, and as long as he will be here, he will do that.
Who's the captain for the tour? Is it Thomas Vermaelen?
Thomas Vermaelen.
And another thing that cropped up in the summer, there's lots of statements made about the general direction of the club. Your thoughts on those, your reactions to those?
My thoughts is I feel that football is going away, but we always defend it here. Is the values of the club, is that the model has to be self-sustainable, and otherwise it can completely go out of shape and become very fragile. The solidity, the financial solidity of a club is vital for me, and therefore I've always supported that, and I will continue to do that. And I believe that the financial fair play is about that. Will UEFA push it through? They have a big supporter in me, and I believe that's what football is, just to work like every single company, you know, work with the money it produces itself.
Because we've been here before, and was last season a lesson in a sense? There was tough periods, and Arsenal didn't win a trophy, and okay, we all want to win trophies, but despite everything, the club sustained its position in the elite in British football and in European football.
Yes, we are 15 years now on the trot in the Champions League, you know, and I believe that shows that our model works. And on the other hand, we are of course very ambitious, but we want as well to win trophies. It's not enough to be just in the Champions League, and we'll be focused on that, of course. And we work very hard to make the team even stronger now. But as well, in this job, when you have consistency in your attitude, you stay at a certain level. The most difficult is to be consistent, and we have shown over the last 15 years that we can maintain that consistency. And I'm confident as well we have to be faithful to what we believe is right in football and in the game, in the way we play football.
You've done a bit of business this summer. Podolski was agreed at the end of the season. We've already spoken about him. Olivier Giroud was brought in as well. The Arsenal fans might have seen him a bit in the Euros, but you'll know him better. Why have you brought him in? Because
he's a real centre forward, you know, and because as well he's an intelligent player, because he's a player who develops, late developer, and I feel he can integrate the way we play football and add something to the way we play, because he's good in the air, he has good strong body, and therefore I feel he has qualities that are needed in our squad as well, and hopefully can show that.
And Podolski, he had a tour around Emirates Stadium. He was tremendously excited to be there. Such excitement from a player with a great pedigree.
Well, we have many players who admire our club for the way we play the game, for the way we approach the game, and he's one of them. And he has been chosen because he can be a goal scorer and a playmaker, you know, and so he can adapt, play in front, can play in behind, can play on the flank, and because he's top quality. So I believe both players are at an age where we can produce, you know, 25, 27, fantastic, very experienced, and are both intelligent football players on the pitch, and they can add something to our squad.
Two quality players in. How many more players do you anticipate? How busy are you going to be on the market?
Well, it depends as well, Richard, how many go out, you know, because we have as well to respect the squad number, and therefore it's important to respect that. And at the moment, before we get players in, we have as well to get some players out, and that has not happened yet. The market is very quiet. We're still looking to add 1 or 2 players.
When you talk about players out, from the outside, the suggestion would be some of the players that were on loan last season might be the players that would go out. I'm talking about players like Arsene and Bentner. Can you tell us anything about their situation?
I cannot tell you anything concrete about the situation, because if I'm not finding clubs, they will stay here and be players of a squad. But at the moment, I cannot give you any concrete and clear indication.
What's your mood at the moment, your personal mood over the situation around you?
My mood, I find the situation at the moment very exciting. I was very, very worried last year because for a long part in the season, and very anxious for a long time because we faced such a tough competition, and but I knew already in October that we could not afford anymore to drop many games to be in the Champions League. So the tension was at the top level from September until May, and we finally managed it just to be in the top 3, what was quite a remarkable achievement for the team. And excited because we have learned from last year, we have a new start and a new opportunity, and hopefully we can be the surprise of the season, because we have stability, and stability is important.
Obviously you spoke about is a sticky start, a difficult start. Do you anticipate we'll be in a much stronger position when the season starts this time around?
I hope so, Richard, because it cannot be much worse than last year. and so I believe that we have as well the feeling, you know, that at the end of the season we have beaten City in a convincing way. We had some good results, and we feel stronger going into this season as well. And we brought the players like Arteta, Santos at the end of Mertesacker, at the end of the market in, and that was a bit late.